With the final part of the final season of Cobra Kai releasing very soon, today let's recap all the media starting with The Karate Kid. We are introduced to teenager Daniel LaRusso, who moves to California with his mom and quickly becomes the target of bullying from Johnny Lawrence and the Cobra Kai group, after Daniel takes a liking to Johnny's ex-girlfriend, Allie with an I, Mills.
Hey, you got a name? Allie with an I.
Daniel befriends Mr. Miyagi, a wise karate master who helps Daniel with the bullies, and then starts to teach Daniel karate through some pretty unconventional methods.
Wax on, wax off.
He also really likes bonsai trees. Mr. Miyagi makes a deal with Cobra Kai sensei John Kreese. Daniel will fight in the All Valley tournament, but only if they leave him alone until then. Daniel and Allie become very close together, especially after a day at golf and stuff. Daniel continues to train with Mr. Miyagi and becomes more confident with his skills. At the tournament, Daniel defeats his opponents, but he's badly injured by Bobby, a Cobra Kai student. Just before Johnny is given the winning trophy, Daniel returns to tie the match 2-2, and then lands the final point with the iconic crane kick, ending the movie. Now to The Karate Kid Part 2. Immediately after the tournament, Kreese attacks Johnny. Miyagi intervenes and Kreese makes his own hands bleed when trying to punch him. 6 months pass and Daniel has sadly broken up with Allie and will be staying with Mr. Miyagi for the summer while his mom is temporarily in Fresno. Later, Miyagi finds out that his father in Okinawa is dying and tells Daniel of his past. Miyagi left Okinawa to avoid a fight to the death with his best friend Sato over the woman they both loved, Yuki. Daniel and Miyagi travel to Okinawa, where Miyagi's father sadly passes. Sato gives Miyagi 3 days to mourn before their fight. Daniel also befriends Yuki's niece, Kumiko, but is harassed by Sato's nephew, Chosen. So Miyagi begins to teach Daniel karate once again, including the drum technique. One day, a typhoon strikes Okinawa, but Miyagi saves Sato, rekindling their friendship. Daniel and Sato then save a young girl during the storm, but Chosen ends up running away. The next night at a festival, Chosen shows up and challenges Daniel to a fight, but using his new drum technique, Daniel defeats Chosen, ending the movie. Now to The Karate Kid Part 3. After returning from Okinawa, Daniel and Mr. Miyagi face yet another threat, as Kreese seeks revenge on them for the defeat of his Cobra Kai dojo. Kreese gets the help from his very wealthy friend Terry Silver, who pretends to befriend Daniel and Miyagi. Silver also hires national karate champion Mike Barnes to harass Daniel into re-entering the All Valley tournament. Silver even tricks Daniel to train with him, using harsh methods and even making his knuckles bleed, which sadly creates a rift between Daniel and Miyagi. Daniel also meets a girl named Jessica Andrews, and while she's not super important in this movie, in Cobra Kai Season 5 we do find out that she is Daniel's future wife's cousin. Luckily, at the end of the film, when Silver reveals his true intentions, Daniel is saved by Mr. Miyagi, rekindling their friendship. At the All Valley tournament, Daniel was able to defeat Mike Barnes using Mr. Miyagi's new kata, which didn't make sense but was still cool. This reaffirmed Daniel's commitment to the true spirit of karate, ending the film and the original trilogy. Now to the next Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi takes on a new student, Julie Pierce, a troubled teenager coping with the loss of her parents. Julie now lives with her grandmother and is rebellious and angry, often getting her into trouble at school. Mr. Miyagi's patience and wisdom help her find balance and inner peace. He teaches Julie karate through rigorous training and life lessons, emphasizing discipline and self-respect. Julie faces off multiple bullies from her school, including their leader Paul Dugan and his Alpha Elite group. In the end, Julie stands up to her tormentors, showcasing her newfound strength and confidence while deepening her bond with Mr. Miyagi. Now to Cobra Kai Season 1. Decades after the infamous karate match, Johnny Lawrence is down on his luck, struggling with alcoholism and estranged from his son, Robbie Keane. Daniel LaRusso is now a successful car dealership owner, living a comfortable life with his family. Johnny then reopens the Cobra Kai dojo to regain purpose in his life and be the sensei to bullied teenager Miguel Diaz. Quickly, Miguel transforms into a skilled fighter, even bringing people from his school such as Eli aka Hawk and Aisha. Unfortunately, Cobra Kai's more aggressive methods reignite Johnny and Daniel's old rivalry, leading Daniel to create Miyagi-Do karate, which uses a more balanced and defensive approach. Robbie begins to work at LaRusso Auto and later joins Miyagi-Do, in hopes to anger Johnny. By the end of the season, Daniel's daughter Samantha LaRusso also joins Miyagi-Do. But Miguel and Sam begin to date, also going to golf and stuff just like Daniel and Allie. The season culminates at the All Valley tournament, where Miguel defeats Robbie and wins the tournament. Despite his win, Johnny begins to question his methods after seeing Miguel's ruthless tactics and Miguel's mother Carmen Diaz's reaction to it. This victory sets the stage for a larger conflict between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, ending the season. Now to Cobra Kai Season 2. The rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do intensifies even more as Kreese returns and tries to take control of Cobra Kai. Hawk's best friend Dimitri joins Miyagi-Do, breaking his friendship with Hawk. Miguel and Sam break up while Robbie moves in with the Lucios. Miguel starts dating new girl Tori Nichols, Johnny starts dating Carmen, and Sam starts dating Robbie. But at a party, a drunken Sam kisses Miguel, and of course, Tori sees it. Robbie brings Sam to Johnny's place, but this worsens Daniel and Johnny's rivalry. On the first day of school, a huge brawl breaks out. Tori versus Sam, Robbie versus Miguel, and Hawk versus Dimitri. Tori injures Sam with spikes, but Sam wins in the end. Dimitri then defeats Hawk. But sadly, after Miguel shows mercy to Robbie kicks Miguel over a railing, giving him a serious injury. Robbie then runs away. Miguel and Sam are sent to the hospital while Carmen ends things with Johnny. The Cobra Kai members leave Johnny for Kreese. Daniel closes Miyagi-Do, but for some good news, Johnny gets a Facebook friend request from his ex, Ali, with an I, Mills. Now to Cobra Kai Season 3. Miguel wakes up paralyzed, so Johnny dedicates himself to help him walking again. Daniel tracks down Robbie and turns him into the police, believing it's best for him. Under Kreese, Cobra Kai becomes even more aggressive, with Tori tormenting Sam and Hawk breaking Dimitri's arm. Kreese manipulates Robbie into joining Cobra Kai after his release from juvie. Johnny gets Miguel walking again and then creates Eagle Fang Karate. Later, Daniel travels to Okinawa and reunites with Kumiko and even Chosen. Chosen teaches Daniel an offensive limb-numbing technique. Back home, Daniel restarts Miyagi-Do. Miguel and Sam rekindle their feelings, Robbie and Tori bond, and Johnny and Carmen get back together. Johnny reconnects with Ali Mills, who helps him and Daniel realize they can actually be friends. At Daniel's house, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang unite, but Cobra Kai breaks in, leading to another awesome brawl, where Hawk saves Dimitri and leaves Cobra Kai. Johnny and Daniel confront Kreese, and Daniel uses the limb-numbing technique to defeat him. Kreese proposes settling their conflict at the next All-Valley tournament, leading to Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang combining dojos, ending the season. Now to Cobra Kai Season 4. Due to their different methods, Daniel and Johnny struggle to combine their dojos. Kreese recruits old friend Terry Silver as a Cobra Kai sensei. Daniel and Johnny sadly break up their dojos. The Cobra Kai students shave Hawk's mohawk, leading him to join Miyagi-Do. New kid Kenny Payne is bullied in school by Daniel's son Anthony, leading him to join Cobra Kai, where Robbie takes him under his wing. The All-Valley now has separate boys and girls divisions, leading Eagle Fang to recruit Devin Lee. All the dojos train hard, knowing that if they lose, they have to shut down. At the tournament, Cobra Kai wins the skills competition. In the boys division, Robbie defeats Kenny. Miguel faces Eli but injures himself and refuses to continue, allowing Eli to win the boys championship for Miyagi-Do after defeating Robbie. On the girls side, Tori defeats Devin, eliminating Eagle Fang. Tori then beats Sam, securing the overall championship for Cobra Kai. But later, Tori discovers that Silver bribed the referee. Robbie regrets his actions and seeks comfort from Johnny. Miguel runs away to Mexico to find his biological father, so Johnny and Robbie plan to find him. Even though he was supposed to shut down the dojo, Daniel recruits Chosen as a co-sensei. But in a huge twist, Silver gets Kreese arrested, framing him for a crime he didn't commit, ending the season. Now to Cobra Kai Season 5. After their win, Silver expands Cobra Kai all across the valley and recruits karate masters from Asia. Daniel and Chosen team up with Mike Barnes, but Silver burns down his furniture store. Meanwhile, Johnny and Robbie go to Mexico to find Miguel, who learns his father is a drug lord. Miguel then returns home with Johnny. Johnny then has Miguel and Robbie fight it out to solve their problems, and also finds out that Carmen is pregnant with his baby. Silver's big plan is to take Cobra Kai to the Sekai Taikai, which is the World Karate Championship. But Miyagi Fang, since the two dojos have combined once again, also wants to join, leading to a mini tournament. Both the dojos qualify, but Tori discovers Silver bribed this referee as well. Tori tells Miyagi Fang, so they break into the Cobra Kai dojo to find the footage. But Cobra Kai is also there, leading to another awesome brawl. Meanwhile, Mike, Johnny, and Chosen break into Silver's house. Mike is knocked out instantly while Johnny does some crazy karate, and Chosen has a sword fight with Silver. Silver defeats him but is then exposed at the dojo. He has a fight with Daniel, who uses the crane kick once again. Silver is sent to jail while Kreese breaks out of jail, ending the season. Now to Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1. As per usual, Daniel and Johnny are arguing again due to their different teaching styles for the students as they prepare for the Sekai Taikai. Meanwhile, Kreese goes back to his old dojo in South Korea, where he plans to use their students to rebuild Cobra Kai. Back in the valley, Daniel finds a trunk in his house that Mr. Miyagi owned. In it is a blood-stained Sekai Taikai captain's headband and a newspaper article indicating that Mr. Miyagi was a thief. This leads Daniel to be worried that Mr. Miyagi kept secrets from him. Daniel and Johnny also enlist Mike Barnes to choose the 6 students going to the Sekai Taikai so that there's no bias. Mike puts the students through tough training and ultimately picks Miguel, Sam, Robbie, and Tori for the first 4. For the last 2 spots, there is a tie between Hawk, Dimitri, Devin, and Kenny, so Mike has them compete in the woods. Dimitri defeats Hawk somehow, and Devin beats Kenny, but she did cheat by putting laxatives in his drink. Then, sadly, Tori's mother passes away, and Tori decides not to tell anyone. Next are the fights for the male and female captains. Robbie defeats Miguel, giving him the male captain spot. However, in Tori and Sam's fight, Daniel learns of Tori's mother's passing, leading him to stop the fight. Tori storms off while Daniel and Johnny get into a huge argument over stopping the fight. Due to Tori leaving, Hawk takes her spot while Sam takes the female captain's spot. The team heads to Barcelona where they see Kreese and Kim Da-yoon's new Cobra Kai consisting of Kwon, Yoon, and Tori among a few others. Yes, that's right, Tori ends up joining Cobra Kai, ending this part. And lastly, now to Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. Robbie tries talking with Tori, but it doesn't work out super great, and this also starts a rivalry between Robbie and Kwon. Chosen also randomly shows up in Barcelona, but he's very drunk after his plan to ask out Kumiko fails. We are also introduced to a new dojo called the Iron Dragons, led by Zara Malik and Axel along with Sensei Wolf. Throughout the games, Miyagi-Do doesn't do very well against the Iron Dragons, Cobra Kai, and some other dojos. Meanwhile, Daniel gets a message from someone saying they know more about Mr. Miyagi's past and his Sekai Taikai experience. However, when Daniel goes to the address, he gets kidnapped. Luckily, he escapes and fights off his kidnappers and sees one of them has a Cobra Kai tattoo. Meanwhile, Johnny sends Daniel a voicemail essentially saying that he's very sorry, that he wants to work out their differences. Devin also tells Johnny about how she cheated in a competition with Kenny. Due to a pregnancy complication, Carmen is rushed to the hospital, so Johnny and Miguel immediately fly back to the valley. Luckily, she is okay, so they return to the tournament where Kenny is joined since he took Miguel's spot while he was gone. Chosen also gets together with Kim Da-yoon, which is very funny. Later, Daniel finds out that Terry Silver is out of jail and is at the tournament supporting the Iron Dragons. Silver also revealed that he was behind Daniel's kidnapping and that the kidnapper with the Cobra Kai tattoo was a character all the way back from Karate Kid Part 3. However, Silver does tell Daniel that Mr. Miyagi actually killed someone in a fight during his time at the Sekai Taikai. But at the end of the part, the final games of the tournament come down to Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, and the Iron Dragons. However, a team that was disqualified earlier returns and attacks the Sekai Taikai host. This causes a ton of chaos filled with some amazing individual fights. Using a knife, Kreese goes after Silver, wanting to kill him. However, Kreese drops the knife in a sad turn of events. Kwon lands on the knife, sadly killing him, ending this part. Well everyone, we hope you all enjoyed our recap of the entire Karate Kid saga. We hope you enjoyed Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 and the new Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid Legends, later this May. Other than that, thank you again, and we'll see you in the next one.